Alright, in this video I'm going to show you some of the hideouts that the wicked are going to run off to when judgment hits the surface of the earth. What you're looking at here is an underground tunnel that connects to other places of refuge below ground. The rich and powerful have made these underground shelters in hopes of surviving the mayhem that is to take place above ground. And what you're looking at is at some of the work that they've done deep underground. Here you have an entrance to one of these underground bases. These entrances to these underground bases can be found across the earth, not just here where we're at. And as you can see, they've set up shop underground. They know what's up. Here's a building located in one of these underground bases. It's got the number 10 on it. As you can see, there's people inside the building. And right in front of these buildings, you have parked cars. And right next to these parked cars in this building, you have trailers. These trailers are loaded with equipment, goods, everything one would need underground if there was some kind of catastrophe above ground. Another look at these trailers located inside these underground bases. Loaded with goods, materials, equipment, etc. Here's a map of the United States of America. As you can see, the west part of the country is loaded with these doomsday hideouts that the elites have built for themselves. Which makes me wonder if that's the reason the West Coast is going to get wrecked even worse than the East Coast. All their hideouts are mostly located towards the west. DUMBs, they call them. Deep underground military bases. Here's an underground city located somewhere in this world. This one here is public. There aren't many like this around, but they're out there. The ones that the wicked have built, though, those are not public, and only those with high clearance can go there. Select few, usually those that are famous, rich, and powerful. And they have what we have up here above ground. They have their shopping centers, their mini malls, their food joints, food courts, places of interest, all of that. This is an excellent verse that describes what's going to happen to those individuals below ground. Revelation chapter 6 and verse 16 says that they're going to say to the mountains and the rocks, "Fall on us and hide us from the face of him that sits on the throne." When the great earthquakes begin to break up these mountains and rocks, that's what they're going to be saying. They're going to be hoping that these mountains and rocks cover them and hide them. Amos chapter 9 verses 2 and 3. Verse 2 reads, "Though they dig down to the depths below, from there my hand will take them." See, there it is right there. It tells you that they will dig down to the depths in order to hide themselves from the impending judgment that is to come upon the surface of the earth. The second part of Amos chapter 9 and verse 2 reads, "Though they climb up to the heavens above, from there I will bring them down." So not only are they hiding themselves deep underground, they're also hiding themselves up in the heavens. Now, where could that be? The moon? Perhaps? Maybe somewhere outside of this Earth's firmament? Like space? Who knows? Verse 3 of Amos chapter 9 says, the latter part of this verse says that though they hide from my eyes at the bottom of the sea, there I will command the serpent to bite them. So not only are they hiding deep underground, perhaps the moon, or somewhere out in space. They're also hiding at the bottom of the sea or ocean, as it says here. This here is an underground sea base. As we just read in Amos 9:3, it says that they will seek to hide themselves at the bottom of the sea. This is also where some of the products we have above ground come from. They come from evil entities that are located in these underground sea bases. There is a lot of technology down there that got lost during the flood. So what they do is they send some of their tools down there to gather up this technology and put it together, and then bring it up above ground and sell it to the public. And the public, of course, indulges in whatever crap they bring up from underground. So this is what they're doing with or without your taxpayer money. Here's a look at some of the moon pictures that they supposedly took when they went out into space. There are some that speculate that the moon landings were faked or staged, and I could see how some of them might have been, but when you consider what it says in Amos 9:2 and Obadiah 1:4, one would be a fool to rule out the possibility that they might have reached the moon, considering all the technology that has been given to them by these fallen entities. So who's to say they're not up in the moon? Who's to say that they haven't colonized the moon and set up shop there as well? Perhaps even out in space somewhere. If scripture says that the moon is located inside the firmament of the earth, I don't think it's that crazy to think that they could reach the moon with the technology that they have now. So when it says that they would set their nest amongst the stars, or that they would seek to hide in the heavens, and from there they would be brought down, it could be a reference to that they're up in the moon, hiding. They got bases over there. Maybe even outside of the firmament, out in space. Nothing would surprise me, not even if they got a floating city up there. This is basically just another one of their hideouts, located up high in the sky, or as Amos 9:2 says, the heavens. This is a moon base. You also have NASA here. Bastards. You'd figure they'd just stay home, right?
What would I do if I could reach inside of me?
Job chapter 34 and verse 22, it reads, "There is no darkness thick enough to hide the wicked from the Almighty's eyes." So it doesn't matter if they're hiding up in the moon, out in space, deep underground, or inside the ocean. The Creator knows where they're at. And as the old saying goes, you can run, but you can't hide. They can't hide from the judgment that is to befall them. With that being said, I'm going to close out this video now. As always, nothing but love. Continue in the faith, and catch you next time. Shalom.